read, edit, or delete header and footers, you have to go to print layout view. Print layout view. That's this one. Print layout view. You can go to this one. Let me see. And you can double click go to the header and footer by double click the margin of the top and the bottom. Okay. Yes, if I go to the bottom, double click, then you can edit the footer here. So for example, if I input footer here, then there will be footer for every page. You see. Okay, another page. You see another page. It also have a footer here. But you see, if I input one here, it's just a description, not a page. But and if you want to input page, you have to use the page part. Okay, then after that, you can see the page number in different page is different. You see, suppose second page is 2 now. But if I just input number 1, it's considered as a description. And after you click the margin, it will show another content tab. Okay, you see this one, this tab. Actually, after you see when you just go to this page, there's no tabs about the page. Only after you click this part, then it will show another tab. They are only work for the margins. Okay, in the English version, they are this is the interface of the margin. You see. Well, for creating a header or footer, you can go to Insert tab, click the header or footer button, and choose the header or footer on the gallery. Okay, I show you the gallery of this one. You see, you can also go to the margin by go to the gallery of Insert tab. But actually, we just click, double click. We can go to the margin part. And for headers, you can input page numbers, dates, and places. So you can also input the document title and the author's name, or even a paragraph for description on the header or footers. And if you do not like the header or footer, the appearance, you can go to this part to input something like a picture. You can input a picture here. It will open a dialog box, and you can choose a picture. Well, there's no picture in my computer, so I cannot input a picture, but I can input a date. You see, you can input a date in this way. You see, you can input the date all the time. You see, this time, and it will be a record about the version of different the different version, the time of editing different version. You can also change the appearance of the font. For example, I change the color. You see, I can input different color. the different. I can also change the appearance of the text in the header and the footer. It's similar to the text in the content. You see, this one. You can also input some shape box in the header footers. Actually, the margin, the edit of the margin is exactly the same as the content. You can input some shapes. Okay, for example, I input some shapes here. This one. Okay, I can input a text box in the margin. It's exactly the same as the content inside the. Let me see. Inside the text, they're exactly the same. You see, but do not put so much thing on the headers because it will repeal from one page to another page continuously. And if you want to remove a header footer, just click the header foot button, or just double click, and select all the thing in the footer and delete that. Okay. And when you work on your header and footers, you can call on most of the text formatting commands on Home tab. You see, you can also change the text font size, the colors, and the alignment methods. And you can also paste text from the clipboard. It's exactly the same as real content inside the document. Well, for fine-tune a header or footer, there are three methods. You can insert the page number, and you can insert the date and time. Actually, I just show you the operation of insert page number and the date and time. You can change header and footer from section to section. Okay, it will ask me to recall you the section about page break, the section break. So if you have different sections in a document, you can have different headers and footers. Because if you no section break, then you can for new page, it's just use the link to the previous button to determine whether headers and footer are different from section to section. And if you have different section, not only one section, then you can change the content. Well, apart from that, you can also adjust the space in header and footers. You see, actually, this dialog box is exactly the same as the paragraph dialog box in the real content. So, for example, okay. Okay, if you input several lines here, you can also change the spaces, use the Home tab and the paragraph dialog box. And also the indentations and the spaces. Well, there are several kinds of line space here. This is part, okay. This one is at least. At least choose this one if you want the word to be adjusted for tall symbols or other unusual text. Word adjust the lines, but make sure there is at least minimum the number of points you enter in the edit box. You see, if you input 12 pounds here, then the ninth space will be at least 12 pounds. And exactly, this one exactly. Use this one and enter number in the edit box if you want a specific amount of space between lines. But we merely use exactly because exactly is if you use exactly, there may be some space, some blank space in your document because sometimes you input a picture, but the picture is bigger than the space left in one page, then the picture will be put to next page. Then there will be a large space in the former page. So we merely use at least. We merely use exactly. And multiple, choose this one means and put a number in the edit box to get triple space and quadruple or even more spaces. Well, to quickly space single space text, you see this one, single space. Click text and select if you want to change the more than one paragraph and press Ctrl and 1. If to quickly double space text, select text and press Ctrl and 2. And press Ctrl and 5, put 1.5 lines between lines of a text. And in CSS, in most cases, we use 1.5 lines. This is a mostly used space. The design type also offers a command called paragraph spacing for changing the overall look of paragraphs. Okay, there. See here. Okay, you see this one. This is a button for the line space. You can choose one line space, 1.5, the 2 space, something like that. Well, rather than press enter to put a blank line between paragraphs, you can open the paragraph dialog box and enter font size measurement in the before or after text box. Okay, it's shown here. This one. Sometimes if there is space before paragraph, but there's no blank line, you may have to check the space before or after the paragraph. Well, the before and after option are for use with styles. When you create a style, you can tell Word to always follow a paragraph in a certain style with a paragraph in another style. For example, a paragraph in the chapter title style might always be followed by a paragraph in the chapter intro style. In case like this, when you know that paragraphs assigned to one type of scale will always follow paragraph assigned to another scale, you can confidently put space before and after paragraphs. But if you use the before and after styles indiscriminately, you can end up with large blank space between two paragraphs. You can go to the Home tab and use some techniques, some skills to adjust the amount of space between paragraphs. You can click the line and paragraph space button to choose add space before paragraph or add space after paragraph drop-down list. These commands place 10 points of blank space before or after the paragraph. Another thing about Word is the numbered and the bulleted list. Actually, I did the operation about numbered and the bulleted list in the Word in the former part of this class. Okay. You see this one? This is the number and this is the bullet. You can choose different symbols. The star and the diamond and the triangle as a circle. You can choose different bullet. Okay, maybe I just put it here. And it will be enlarge it to show good appearance, to be clear, not to work good appearance. Okay, you see, this is the bullet list in the Word. And in our examination, you'd better put some bullet list in your text. Then it will help you to get high mark. And for creating number and bullet list, you can use different. Let me see. Okay, I go back to this part. Okay, just skip this one. Okay. Well, if you are an individualist and you want number and bullet list to work your way, follow some instructions for choosing unusual bullet characters and number formats. You can choose a different numbering scheme. You go to the Home tab, open the drop-down list on the number button, and choose a number scheme. You can also choose define new number formats as shown in this figure. You see the define new number format dialog box, and you can choose a number format. Choose a font for numbers and a toy with number alignments. You can also choose different bullet characters. The Home tab offers different numbers, bullets list, different shapes for bullet character and different methods for number lists. Well, this is a kind of multi-level list. A multi-level list, also called a nested list, is a list with subordinate entries. To create a multi-level list, you declare what kind of list you want, and then as you enter items for a list, you indent the item that you want to be subordinate. And you go to the method is as follows. You go to Home tab, click the multi-level list button, and choose what kind of list you want. If none of the lists suits you, you can choose define new multi-level list and create a new kind of list in the define new multi-level list dialog box. And then you enter the item for list. Press Enter key as you complete each one. Then you select the list item and click the increase indent button or click the decrease indent button. You see, then after you click the indent button, then it will be for the same kind of button. They should be the same. They should have the same indent. So for this one and this one, they have the same indent, and for this rows, they have the same indent, and for this right circle, they have the same indent. And similarly, for the number with list with 1, 2, 3, 4, they have the same indent. For the one number with A, B, C, D, they have the same indent. And for this kind of indent, they are numbered with Roman symbols. Well, another thing is the word. The tab are a throwback to the days of the typewriter, when it was necessary to make tab stops in order to align text, except for making leaders and align text in header and footers. Everything you can do with tabs can also be done by creating a table, and it can be done much faster. All you have to do is align the text inside the table and then remove the table border. Well, a tab stop is a point around which or against which text is formatted. As shown in this figure, Word offers file tabs for align text. Left, you can put the one to the left, align to the left, and the center tab align to the center, and the right tab align to the right, and the same on the bar tab. The bar is a bar tab. The bar tab stop merely draws a vertical line on the page. When you press the tab key, you can advance the text cursor by one tab stop. By default, tabs are left aligned and are set at half-inch intervals. Display the ruler and follow some steps to change the tab or change where tabs appear on the ruler. You can select the paragraphs that need different tab settings and click the tab box on the left side of the ruler. And you click ruler where you want the tab to go. Just remember the left tab, center tab, right tab, and they are enough. The three tabs are enough. To remove a tab stop, drag it to a new location on the text that is aligned with the tab stop moves as well. Well, another thing is hyphenating text. The first thing you should know about hyphenating words is that you may not need to do it. Well, actually, we merely do that. Just know something about hyphenate. A text that hasn't been hyphenated is much easier to read, which is why the majority of text in this book is not hyphenated. But if you want to know something about hyphenating the document, you can select the text, then use some methods to hyphenate the words. For automatic hyphenations, we go to the page layout and click the hyphenation button, choose automatic on drop down list. Word hyphenates the document. You can tell Word how to hyphenate automatically by clicking the hyphenation button and choose hyphenation options. Then it will show a dialog box and you change the parameters. For example, this one, you change the horizontal zone and to change the limitations. Okay. For hyphenations, we merely do that. Remember that. Okay, today we may end here because today is a chapter introduced a lot of techniques, and for the margin part, because a lot of students said you did not hear clearly about the margin part, so you can review the book now, and if you have a question, you can ask me in the WeChat group, not in the test meeting, okay? Because the test meeting does not offer a good experience about communication. Well, for the margin part, review the book, and if you have a question, you send a message to me. Through chat, through chat.
أرسلنا
لا مازال، المهم راه جا داك الشينوي إلا بغيتي تدخل.
Hello? 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 Here's someone talking to me. Is someone want to ask question?
لا 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 شنو.
Okay. Hello. If you do not have any question, you can leave now. Is there any question? Especially for the margin part, because maybe you could not hear clearly about the margin part.
Ini baru, terus kalau saya nak buat, kita ingin buat.
আরে থাক সমস্যা নাই, কে জানে যে আমরা একসাথে বসে ক্লাস করতেছি।
我现在在上课，咋啦？ Okay, today we end here and see you next Friday.
See you, Lotion.
লাউসি চলে গেছে রে গিটার বাজাবো শুনিবো ইউটিউবে টিউটোরিয়াল শোন সে যে বউ কে রে ওরা হ্যাঁ